if you start out to build a building, and on the left is all the energy consumed over its lifetime, and here's the building life, or at least the first 50 years of it. The first thing you do is you put some embodied energy. You take some diesel fuel, and you dig a hole in the ground, and you go buy some concrete and haul that in, and you just build this house. And everything you're doing has a huge energy component. So at the end of that period of time, you're there, and that's the initial embodied energy. That isn't going to change. But then you have to do some things with it, like, the shingles wear out, so you have to replace it. And someone breaks the window, and you have to paint it, and then finally you decide, I really need a different siding. So during this 50-year life, you're putting more energy into it. One of the big things is when you change your carpets. I don't know what carpets last 20 or 30 years, but they're very, very energy intensive. And you get finished, and over there you have 6.44 gigajoules for every meter squared. Now you start turning on the furnace and the air conditioner, and that's the operating energy. And over a 50-year period, that's all the total energy. You add those three, and you say, my house, I spent 81 gigajoules per every square meter over that 50-year period. So now let's go back to the beginning. You say, well, I've got my initial embodied energy, and I'm going to expend this. And someone says, wait, why don't you add a little bit? Like what? Why don't you add what you put, 10 inches of insulation under the slab, for example, or get some ICFs with walls this thick. So we're going to be persuaded, and now we look at that, and it jumps up. It goes to 6.27 gigajoules per meter squared. And that's just more embodied energy that's put in the form of insulation, glass, and air sealing. You then assume nothing else changes, and you want to have the same kind of maintenance problems. But what does the operating energy look like? It looks like that. And it's much, much lower than the other one. Now, combining these, and that's the total energy. If you combine these, you're going to save 56 gigajoules over the lifetime of the house. That's what it means to think in terms of embodied energy and operating energy.